Hey everyone, my name is Riley. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about kind of the process behind becoming a home-based mentor with Zebra English. Now, I want to be clear that this is not a how-to video. Becoming a mentor is by invitation only. So even if you follow the certain criteria that they require, there's no guarantee. They invite the teachers that they choose to invite, but I did want to let you know, for those of you who are interested in this position in the future, kind of what was involved in going through the process, because it is kind of like going through a whole nother hiring process, sort of like we did when we were getting hired as teachers with Zebra English. So if you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would join me here regularly by hitting subscribe and turning on the notifications so you can get even more tips about succeeding as an online ESL teacher. So I started teaching ESL online with Zebra English specifically in February, and in May I was invited to join the home-based mentor team. So in this video, like I said, I just kind of want to break down the process that you have to go through to become a home-based mentor with Zebra English. So as I mentioned in the beginning, becoming a home-based mentor is something that happens by invitation only, and you will receive that invitation via email if you were one of the ones selected to participate in the home-based mentor program. So I'm going to go ahead and read a bit from my emails just to sort of show you guys what the process is like. So you will receive an email congratulating you for being invited to join the home-based mentor program. And then it will outline some of the requirements for being a home-based mentor. And these requirements used to be sent out to every teacher. Now they are just sent out to people who are chosen to enroll in the home-based mentor program. So the requirements that they send out are as follows. You need to finish your as scheduled classes and be in the top 25% of teachers. Now this is over a specific time frame. They won't always tell you when a new time frame starts and the old one ends or whatever it may be, but over a certain time frame, you will need to be in the top 25% of teachers as far as the number of classes that you have taught that have the finish type as scheduled. So the first thing to do is to teach lots and lots of classes. Now, the second thing on here has to do with your teacher no-shows. You are expected to have 0 teacher no-shows. So unfortunately, if you have a no-show on your record, that kind of puts you out of the running for being a home-based mentor, from what I understand anyways. Now, the next requirement has to do with class feedback. They want to make sure that you have submitted all of your feedback within a timely manner. So that means you must submit feedback for every single class within 12 hours of teaching that class. You can't have any class feedbacks that were expired. Now, another requirement that actually isn't listed here in this email, but I did find this out by chatting more with them, has to do with parent feedback. So you need to make sure that you have a really good parent feedback rating and that you don't have more than 5 reviews that are less than 5 flowers. So you want to try to make sure that all of your non-5 flower reviews are getting invalidated. So basically, teach tons of classes, teach them really well, don't be late, don't miss a class, and don't forget to fill out your feedback. Now it goes on to list sort of some of the benefits of becoming a home-based mentor. So basically what a home-based mentor does is they interview candidates. That's the biggest role anyways. Now there are other things involved. Like I know home-based mentors do some workshops and things like that, and they have been involved. Like one of the mentors has done some YouTube live videos for them. Other mentors have done videos for in the resource center, things like that. But the main thing has to do with interviewing candidates. So conducting demo test 1, demo test 2, and teacher briefing. So in here, it does list some of the benefits, such as having just increased flexibility with your work time. You can open hours at any time now, not just during Beijing peak times, and the pay is actually a little bit better as well. Now in this video, it does sort of break down the 3 steps to becoming a home-based mentor. The first one is to submit a 3 to 5 minute self-statement video. So in this video, you basically introduce yourself, tell them about how you found Zebra English, what you love about Zebra English, tell them about other experiences and education that you have that would be relevant to being a home-based mentor, tell them why you want to be a home-based mentor, and basically convince them that you are the perfect fit for this position. So that video I just filmed right here just like this, and I uploaded it to YouTube. I think mine was like 5 minutes and 20 seconds long, and I made it unlisted and just sent the link off to them so that only they can see my home-based mentor self-statement video. Now the next step on here is called a demo workshop and mini interview, and then the final step is called home-based mentor program courses. So that's kind of what is listed in the email right here. But actually, once you submit that self-statement video and it has passed, you will get another email that I'm going to read off my computer that sort of walks you through the next steps. So after that self-statement video has passed, you will be invited to what they call the home-based mentor interview. And this is a 30-minute interview. Mine was scheduled using Candly, and we met on Zoom, and it was 30 minutes. So for just a short part of it, she was actually interviewing me, sort of getting to know me. And then for most of it, I was conducting a workshop as though she was teacher candidate or an applicant to Zebra English. So this workshop was about topics like modeling and about TPR, and it had some slides in there that I demonstrated how I would teach them and had her demonstrate, and they really just wanted to see that I could make it a very informative but also interactive workshop. So that workshop was 20 minutes, and then she interviewed me for about 5 minutes, so it was a total of a 25-minute home-based mentor interview. So those first two parts, from what I understand, the self-statement video and then this home-based mentor interview, that's kind of where they're, I guess, assessing you and seeing if they want to move forward with you in this home-based mentor hiring process. Now, after this, you get into sort of home-based mentor training. That's more what it is. It's like workshops and training you to actually do the job of a home-based mentor. Now, you do still have to perform well in these training workshops because you're actually getting paid for these workshops. This is paid time. Now, if for some reason you don't perform well and they decide that you need to do it again, you will get a second chance, but you will not be paid for that second chance. So the sort of training part was broken into two different sessions. The first session was related more to the demo test, and the next one was to teacher briefing. Now, in both of them, you have to go through a bunch of materials to prepare. So I had to watch videos of people doing a demo test. I had to use the rubric that we actually use for demo tests and practice grading those things. I had to submit the grade that I decided to give them. I had to come up with feedback, just like home-based mentors do after demo 2 and after demo 1 and things like that. So I did have to do a lot of work before those training sessions. So when I got to that first training session, we basically reviewed the things that I had done. So we compared the grade that I gave them according to the rubric with the grade that the Zebra English office-based mentor team had given them, and kind of talk through some of those points. She had me explain why I chose to give them this rating in that category and that one in that category and things like that. And then after that, I actually had to pretend that I was giving the demo test feedback to one of the candidates whose videos I had watched. So in demo test 2, how it works is the candidate will do a mini demo, about 10 minutes, and then after that you give 15 minutes of feedback. So I had to imagine that I was giving that 15-minute feedback and that my interviewer was the candidate who had just performed that demo test that I had watched earlier that week. So I had to give that 15-minute feedback. I also had to give the just short, like 3 to 5 minute feedback that we normally give after demo test 1, and I had to give that feedback imagining that my interviewer was a different candidate whose video I had watched that week as well. So that's what the first training session was. It was kind of preparing to grade demos and also give feedback based off of their performance. Now, before the next training session that I had, I did have to do more of that. So I had to watch more videos, I had to grade them using the rubric, I had to pretend to give them feedback and things like that. But once I got to the actual training session, it was focused on teacher briefing. So I also that week spent tons of time scouring through the teacher briefing slides. They gave me the slides themselves. They gave me some notes about what to say. And there's even a video talking about why they say what they do in teacher briefing. So I had to study those materials. So once I got to that session, again, we started off by comparing basically the grade that I gave those candidates on my rubric with what the office-based mentors had given on their rubric. And then we jumped into teacher briefing. So that time I had to pretend that my interviewer was the teacher candidate who had just passed their demo and was now here for teacher briefing, and I had to basically walk them through an entire teacher briefing session. So that was kind of the last part of the actual training. After that, you get your contract and you can start opening slots. So what happens is your portal, the app that we already have, it just changes like that. They change it from their end, and suddenly you can open slots at any hour of the day, and you have to choose if you want to open them for a course or a mock or either or. So that's what I did. I went in and opened slots and started getting bookings. And so that's kind of the process that you go through to become a mentor. Now, again, I want to be super clear. This is not a how-to video. I cannot give you the tools that you need to become a home-based mentor because it's based on Zebra English and if they choose to invite you to be a home-based mentor. So even if you meet all of the criteria that I talked about earlier, being in the top 25% of classes taught, having perfect attendance record, perfect feedback submission record, there are a lot of teachers who fall in that category, and not all of them will be invited to join the home-based mentor program. And I have no control over that, and sadly, neither do you. That's kind of in the hands of Zebra English. And so this video is not a how to become a home-based mentor. It's what was involved in my becoming a home-based mentor. So I want to be really clear about that right here, because yes, I absolutely love being a home-based mentor, and I am so thankful for this opportunity. And I wish that more teachers had this opportunity because it really is great to both meet all these new candidates, to equip them to be successful teachers with Zebra English, but also honestly to have the flexibility of working during the day and not just teaching during Beijing peak times. That's really freeing and it's a really great opportunity. So I do hope that more of you have the opportunity to become a home-based mentor. But again, that's out of my control, and for the most part out of yours too. It really just lies in the hands of Zebra English. So if you are invited to become a home-based mentor, these are the steps that I walked through, and granted things don't change, these are likely the steps that you will walk through as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please do like and subscribe so that you can stay up to date for even more tips to succeed as an online ESL teacher.